Work.
Checking for connection. Are they connected?
Mine's connected.
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1. I'll give it a second.
I'm live. Alright.
George Diaz, what's up, man?
What's up?
It's Wednesday, another night at the gym.
Another noisy night.
Another noisy night. You can't quiet down an old gym, man. In here, there's always...
Wait. I'm gonna do this.
You can't quiet down a boxing gym, man.
What? They're done.
There's always a...
No lo vi.
Lo vio con
No
dos...
lo vi.
Lo vio con dos ojos.
Cerrados.
Dos ojos cerrados.
I want 10.
Always someone hitting the bag in here. Always someone doing mitt work.
Somebody interrupting my interview.
Always someone interrupting George. George always being mean to the kids. Big news of the day, George Diaz.
What's up?
Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor. August 26th. Las Vegas, Nevada, the capital of the boxing world.
You just ruined my interview.
Why? That's what everyone's talking about. That's what everyone wanted. That's what everyone wanted.
It's just
McGregor's been putting those videos of him sparring, doing mitt work,
scary.
with his hands down.
Okay, who is he sparring?
I have no idea.
Bums.
I have no idea who he's
Nothing
sparring.
but bums. That's what I gotta say.
It's in my humble opinion, it is a glorified sparring session.
Yeah.
That's gonna make both guys and their teams a ton of money.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna pay for it, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch someone.
I just saw John Molina just
just LOL'd.
What'd he say?
He LOL'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John. Maybe you should fight Conor McGregor. You should probably knock him out.
John Molina throws bombs, man.
Oh.
I don't think.
You're telling me? You're telling me?
He throws bombs,
He
man.
throws
You
bombs.
felt them?
I used to spar with him.
You felt them
For
before?
like almost a year. What do you say? What do you say?
He LOL'd again.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. So he can throw bombs. You know, he can hit. You know, he's a hard hitter. So
John Molina says it's all about the money.
thank you. At least he knows. He knows the game. You know, John Molina. You know, he's around the people and he's involved.
He's in the boxing world. He's in the, you know.
It's all about the money with Floyd. Floyd, I think he's willing to tarnish his legacy as a.
Is that going to tarnish his legacy?
Look, he said something that made me question it. He said, people asked him, "Oh, what about your legacy? 50, you're gonna break Rocky Marciano's record, 50-0." And he said, he kind of went like nagging back and forth, like he said, it's about making money. So that tells me that he could sell out. First of all, I'm not really too caught up with the fight. I think the Canelo and Triple G is more of an exciting fight. The Kovalev, Andre Ward is more an exciting competitive fight.
That is a very special matchup that we have this weekend.
The McGregor, Mayweather. That's you. I don't know if anybody anybody watching is old enough. You better off watching Butterbean fight. You know, I'm sorry.
That's a bold statement.
You know, that's the whole thing, because I don't see really a competitive fight in that. You know, it could be two type of fights. Floyd stopping them in the later rounds, or Floyd just making his usual fight, like, you know, what people call boring, and just control the fight and be the bull versus the bull and the matador. That's the only thing what I see.
A quick tangent. John Molina says Canelo wins.
I agree with John. He knows. I think Canelo has a good chance. Canelo has a good chance to beating him convincingly. I possibly, you know, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth, but maybe I could see him stopping him, because I believe Canelo is an all-rounded fighter, and he can box, he can slug it out. He has little tricks up his sleeve that people don't give him credit for. People just want to see a slugfest. People just want to see two fighters. People are always telling me that, oh, he didn't knock out Chavez. You're not going to knock out a big mofo like Chavez, especially if he's never been an aggressive inside fighter. He's always been known as a counterpuncher. So regardless of what people say or do, you know, we just had a tragic incident happen this past weekend with this fighter named Daniel Twitch Franco. He was signed with Rock Nations. He had in the last 3 fights, he's lost 2 fights, and he got knocked out in 2 fights. He got stopped. In the last fight, he really got knocked out, and now he's in the hospital in a coma. Man. This is what I always tell people. Me personally, I don't enjoy slugfest, all out war, because it takes a toll into a fighter. You know, of course, it's a sign of entertainment, and we all can agree with that. But when you're risking a young man's life on the line, and you hear those tragic things of them being in comas, Pritchard Columbus as well. You know, another guy that he's retired. He won't be back. Daniel Franco, I don't see him coming back, and my condolences to him and his family, because that is something that is heartbreaking, especially his dad that has been training them for years, and I've known their dad, and I used to spar his older brother as well when I was training, and it's heartbreaking. So that's the reason why I'm not really fond of seeing 2 guys going all out war. So it's entertaining, but
going back to entertainment, going back to the Floyd Mayweather fight, we have a comment that said that shouldn't count as win number 50. It's like Thunderlips versus Rock Balboa.
I agree. It's not even that.
51, right? If he win 51?
He'll be 50-0.
Oh, he'll be
50-0. He's 49-0 right now. He'll be 50-0.
So it shouldn't count?
It shouldn't count, but where does the fight happen?
Vegas. It's sanctioned under Vegas.
3 minutes, and then they're fighting at 154.
Because it's all about dollars and cents. That's what Floyd's
don't make dollars, it don't make
exactly.
sense.
That's what it's all about. It's all about making money. Actually, they're trying to overshadow the Canelo.
I thought about that
That's
too.
That's what I'm thinking of. They're trying to overshadow that fight, because what they're going to do it in August, and they're fighting in September. Yeah. So I think they're trying to overshadow.
Or maybe they're trying to, make their money before that fight, because, I mean,
what is the fight that might sell out the most? Floyd thinks he has. I think Floyd thinks he has the pull because he knows that McGregor has a big following. Like I said, it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah.
You know, Floyd needs the right dance partner to basically not to make the fight, in my opinion, is to make a revenue of people coming in to watch it. That's the whole thing. It's like when he fought Ricky Hatton. You know, people from the UK came all the way out here to Vegas to see him fight, and he had a big following.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Floyd is trying to bank on, the pay-per-view buys and everything.
So how does the fight go down, man? You tell me.
What I believe, like I said, I think I told you earlier, it could be a late stoppage for Floyd, because I don't think McGregor can last 12 rounds. He could do all the sparring, he could do all the training. It will not compare of wearing small gloves and getting hit consistently in a target that he won't be able to hit. It's gonna be 10-ounce gloves, you know. And the other thing is, McGregor won't be able to hit him. You know, I don't see him. If he's not kicking, if he's not taking him down, he's gonna be limited. McGregor hasn't trained for this type of fight ever. You know, he's not programmed for this.
You can't just.
You're not gonna get good from one day from one year to the next.
And go up against one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time, if not the greatest,
exactly,
and think you're gonna knock him out or even touch him.
No, you're not. I think Ricky Hatton said if Oscar couldn't touch him and he couldn't touch him, there's no way McGregor should touch him. The only way I see McGregor knocking Floyd out if freaking Floyd Mayweather becomes 100 years old. That's the only way I see him knocking him out. Besides that, it ain't gonna happen.
John Molina says, bottom line, the world is going to watch.
Because people are easy to manipulate. John should know that.
Easy money. So let's talk about the fight this weekend, which is going to be a really good one for the boxing fans watching the show right now. Ward Kovalev 2.
That's going to be, it's going to be entertaining fight. I think that's going to be a very, right now they're both heated up. You know, Kovalev is not really happy with the decision he got in the last fight. But, you know, I like Kovalev. You know, I can't take nothing away from him. I think he's...
Molina has Ward.
He's a legitimate champion, you know, 4-1 champion now. Ward, you gotta understand this. Ward made adjustments in the fight, regardless if they weren't pretty. You know, I've never been a big Ward fan. I've never been too caught up with Ward. But one thing that Ward did in the fight, he did adjust in the fight.
Yeah, and Kovalev came out with everything, knocked him down,
and he couldn't get him in this. He could, you know, he was just relying on throwing that big right hand. And when you're just limited doing one thing throughout the fight, don't get me wrong, Kovalev still has the power and the ability, and he has his trainer really working on certain things. I'm hoping to really do some adjustment, but he needs to do them off the bat. He cannot wait at the last moment.
We got two guys saying that Ward's gonna win. Who do you got?
I got Ward. You know, I think this time could be. I know I got the official G-Bear saying that Team Kovalev. Hey, because most people, the people that are going with Kovalev because they like to see punches. My whole thing is the person that makes the adjustments is the one that really takes the upper hand.
You think Kovalev is going to make the adjustments this time?
I think he's knowledgeable enough to do so. But there
Molina says Ward underneath Floyd is the most intelligent fighter today. Do you think Kovalev has the smarts to make the adjustments from the first one?
That's the problem. The thing is, he doesn't do it naturally himself, while Ward does it himself. You know,
because you saw
because Kovalev needs the trainer to basically remind him every fight.
Right, and you saw in that first fight, you saw in the middle rounds, you just saw the Ward's brain working.
And Kovalev got frustrated. You know,
and it was a tight fight at the end.
And give me like I said earlier, Kovalev needs to corner him to remind him. And what happened in the fight? What is Jackson's first name? John David Jackson said in the interviews that they brought in another trainer from Russia, and basically they put him to the side. That Kovalev wasn't even listening to him. He was listening to the Russian trainer, and that's the problem. If you're not listening to the main guy that's basically working with you, teaching you certain things, while Ward, he will make the adjustment. If his trainer doesn't remind him, he's going to make the adjustment in the fight.
So, in your opinion, what's the adjustment that Ward needs to make? Kovalev needs to make in this
Kovalev
fight?
needs to basically keep the distance and do not let Ward get in and constantly work the outside. In my opinion, keep him from at bay. Keep touching from the outside. He cannot, because the minute Ward gets inside, he's going to make it a frustrating fight and an ugly fight.
That's why he didn't get knocked out in that first one, because Kovalev threw that power punch, but it was Ward was inside already.
Yes.
So he didn't get full.
Him.
Yeah, he didn't get full force behind that knockdown punch, because that could have easily been a knockout punch.
So that is the whole thing. That depends on the adjustments. Of course, you got to watch for Kovalev's power, but you got to remember this: Ward was off for almost 2 years, a year and a half or something, going through promotional contract. That takes an effect on a fighter, and Ward is more of a boxer than a slugger. You know, Kovalev has the equalizer of the punchy power, so he could change the fight drastically with the power.
Right.
So that's the thing about Kovalev.
So how does Ward defend his title? What does he do?
He just needs to be ahead of 2-3 steps ahead of Kovalev. Every move he makes, the Kovalev makes, he needs to be on top of every step he makes. That's the bottom line.
It's a tight fight. Nobody can predict it, because
no one
could fall asleep in that fight.
The first fight was such a seesaw fight.
I haven't seen a fight like that in a while.
It's been a while. And the other thing is, it's just out of preference of what people see. Some people like the puncher, some people like the boxer. I see it as a technical and strategic manner. that he adjusted. Every time Kovalev tried to do something, he adjusted.
That's what I mean. I haven't seen a strategical boxing fight in a long time.
Because people don't appreciate the
Right.
strategic. Because they call it
Boring.
boxing, boring, and running.
Right.
Just score the fight last time.
I probably had maybe Andre winning like 7 to 8 rounds out of 5 or 4. So that's what I saw. They were very close rounds, even though the ones that Ward won, they wasn't saying like, oh my God, I saw Ward dominated. They were very slightly. It could have gone either way. But the thing is, it's the little things that people miss that I saw that Ward did in the adjustment in the fight. At the end, Kovalev looked a little frustrated. He started relying on that big right hand, and he wasn't really landing it.
There's another big fight that my buddy Juan just mentioned. Mikey Garcia against AB, about billions. Adrian Broner. At, what's it being fought at? 147?
140.
145?
140, 145.
Yeah, 145.
145.
Trying to make 140, dude.
Because look, you gotta understand this. They're trying to they're trying to do something because they just found out Adrian. I think Adrian was coming out of, Adrian has a hard time really staying this. Right now he's posting that he's doing yoga, he's doing whatever else to show that he's working out. Actually, G-Bear says the 140.
It's at 140 or 140? I thought it was at 140.
No,
It's at 145.
the 145. You know more. You're inside.
Yeah, you guys know more than I do. But how do you see it going down, man? Mikey Garcia is a beast.
They're both. What I see is not inability. I think Mikey has the upper hand.
He's got the power, he's got the smarts, he's got the trainer behind him, and he's got the fucking discipline.
But the thing is, Broner still has the ability to do it. Right now we haven't seen Mikey. It's been a while with a bigger boxer puncher, counter puncher that has defensive. I still give Mikey the upper hand in the fight because of such a short notice, a short time for Broner to get ready in this fight. But I say it again, it's gonna take Mikey needs to. I think Mikey's already in shape, staying in shape because he knows he needs to make a statement right now. And Mikey has a good. This will make his career into that superstar status if he beats Broner. Right now, Broner has been on the edge and having.
He's still the name.
He's still a name, but he's been having a lot of problems with his staying disciplined, working, and staying in the gym and basically looking good in fights. He has not been doing that. So I think this is a good way to basically have Mikey, a guy that is very disciplined, a very good fighter, maybe even great, but I don't want to say that he's great at this moment because this is one of the fights that needs that will pedestal his
career.
credentials and his career.
Right.
A lot of people are saying that Broner, he's being thrown into the wolves and it's pretty much they're cashing out.
Yeah, because he put himself in that situation. He put himself in that situation. Perez man said that Broner is done. I could probably agree with this that he could be done, but you cannot fall asleep on Broner.
He's still, he was a champion. He still has skill.
He still got speed. He has hand speed. He has punching
He's the
power.
only one that knocked out Sean Porter, or knocked down.
Knocked down Sean Porter.
Yeah. That's hard to do.
With Sean Porter.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, before we leave, we have a request from John Molina. He said, let's see Kid Flash shadowbox a little bit. Let's see if he still has the flash hands. Let's see if he still has the flash hands.
Hey, John, you need to come to my gym. Maybe you should come down to my gym one day. Maybe we should do a little interview together.
Let's do it, John Molina. We're here.
What you say, man?
What do you say, John? We're here waiting for your flash boxing. We're right here in Van Nuys. We're not too far. You're a Valley boy.
No, he's not a Valley boy.
He's not a Valley boy?
He's from Covina.
Ah, he's from Covina?
He's from Covina. West, east, north, south. I don't care what Covina.
We ain't that far from Covina. He said deal.
All right.
We got to set it up.
All right, we got to set it up. You got my number, man. Call me.
All right, George, appreciate your time, man. Like always. We'll
right.
see you next time.